only Channel 2, by the way, was in Buckhead Monday night as police arrested the rapper Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams. We showed you this exclusive video on WSB Tonight at...
You guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down the metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please. But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, and I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so bad. But you told me that your license, you just got your license back. I ain't gonna get your license.
I've seen one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I've seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those
Young Thug just broke the probation deal he made in the YSL RICO trial. He went off on IG Live, posted on Twitter, and even dropped a snippet of a diss track aimed at Ghana because of this. The News reported the state of Georgia has filed a motion to revoke Young Thug's probation and send him back to jail. It all started right after Ghana announced his new album, The Last One, when Thug first went off on IG Live.
We don't even talk about these fake guys and fake houses with these pools. You can get put out of in the next 2-3 years and all that cheese. We ain't even gonna talk about none of that. Like, that is the topic of, I guess. Yeah, your spot out right now. You gonna put it on Instagram. I bet you put it on Instagram. Yeah, your house out. On God. You blocked from your page. I'm on your from my fake page. Can't about to black me. I still see it. You post a picture. That ain't me on that picture. Lane Green. The whole world been thinking that too, man. I'm gonna say something about that, man. That ain't me with that skirt on with that hat. The man said he got more hits than me and Kendrick. Bro, your ain't got more hits than Kendrick, and you ain't damn sure ain't got more hits or anthems than me. You hard. Why you tripping? And I ride past your house for sale sign up. Now you don't want to took your whole money and put down on that goddamn house out there, man, and you couldn't finish paying it off. Now the lady that came took her shit back. Now your stupid gotta sell it.
After the album finally dropped, Young Thug clapped back on Twitter saying, "Nobody wants to hear that stuff." This didn't sit well with Ghana. He posted on his IG story before quickly deleting it saying, "Just be quiet, bro, I don't mess with you anymore. You unfollowed me just because you weren't on the album." Ghana also explained that the title, The Last One, means it's his final album to finish out his contract with YSL. Young Thug's label things got even messier when Young Thug played a snippet at a club party where he directly dissed Ghana.
Young Thug ain't even doing subliminals. He's just straight up name. Hear this. He said, "Yeah, Gotti, he tricked me for some years. I ain't know that was telling." And then he says, "The only reason I with you, Gunna, it was because of Troop." Now, Troop is like some other Atlanta. And supposedly that's how the story of how he kind of meets Gunna. But Young Thug is flat out saying it. I don't rock with these rats. That's what he's saying. He believes they're cooperatives, okay? Now, you know, there's a tasteful way to do it in music, and there's a I don't give a let's crash out drill music type of way where you just say their names and call them rats.
This was a clear violation of his probation, raising the question: is Young Thug so angry? DJ Academics later broke down the hidden details behind the situation, which are important to understand.
Gunna's plan, I'm telling you this is a fact. He always thought Thug would be free, but he thought that once Thug got his freedom and didn't get all those years, granted, I think he got let out maybe a year and a half before Thug. He thought Thug would forgive him. Thug would be like, "All right, bro, yeah, you right. Like, what they caught you up on wasn't real. It's all good. You're my mans. You're still..." Thug is not letting it go. So Gunna at that point realizes not only is Thug free, there's no place for me on YSL anymore. And there's no love and there's no more returning to that friendship. Gunna always wanted to get back together. Thug never wanted to. And now Gunna has accepted that. What happened is that Gunna had a YSL tattoo. He's now covered it up. You see some flames. This is the new fit Gunna. He's covered up YSL. The snake, and also the word YSL.
With the back and forth between Young Thug and Ganana, it resulted in thousands of fans spamming Young Thug. "Just forgive Ganana for what he did. Stop dissing him because you're going to go back to jail." This made him laugh in the studio later, on that night, showing that he's just fine and whatever issues come his way, he's ready for.
Yeah, that's some pounds, Pete.
Go pound, go make bag.
In that bag.
I'll take.
Go ahead.
With all the back and forth between Young Thug and Ghana, thousands of fans started spamming Thug with messages like, "Just forgive Ghana for what he did. "Stop dissing him or you'll end up back in jail." Later that night, he was seen laughing in the studio, showing he's unbothered and ready to handle whatever comes his way.
Gunna made his plea deal with.
What Young Thug did to have and this is how you know this 4 p.m. is real. Young Thug posted the woman. This is Marissa Vivierdo. He said, biggest liar in the DA office. He posted her, okay? And then he also reposted, all my homies hate Vivierdo. Now, this is someone who is a officer of the law. This is someone who is a government official. When you do that and you're under probation, the government is gonna be like, oh, you sending a smoke signal that people should hurt this woman? That's why they're doing a motion to revoke his shit. Why did he do this? Because she's testifying in the OMF case, and she's basically saying, yo, OMF and 4PF, Lil Baby and them, they're beefing and is dying, and indictment's finna come down.
Due to this, the news wrote, the state of Georgia has filed a motion to revoke Young Thug's probation and send him back to jail, as they will use the new lyrics discs IG lives all the tweets against. Young Thug, in Young Thug's song, Money on Money, even rapped the lyrics. These guys telling for nothing, and I gotta be the one calling them friends. Where Young Thug would double down on this line in his first public interview since being released from jail.
I just like to help people, you know.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah. I know everybody wondered that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
Shortly after the interview went live, the news reported, Young Thug's legal troubles continue to follow him Atlanta. Police are still targeting him even after his release from jail. The very next day, Thug was pulled over by Atlanta. Police and the body cam footage quickly went viral online.
You guys are flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down the metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please. But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him like, and I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so fucking bad. But you told me that your license,
Here's
you
my
just
thing,
got
man.
your license back. I ain't gonna get your
seen
license.
one too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those homies?
This made Young Thug extremely angry. Later that night, he tweeted, if you're a rapper and you rat, you just gotta do gospel. The tweet went viral after one person replied, you're literally not even legally allowed to rap about gangster stuff anymore, bro, you go do gospel. That response blew up with over 100,000 likes and 3 million views. Sadly, the viral moment also caught the attention of the police. Soon after, news came out with academics speaking on Young Thug's release, saying the strict probation terms are really just a setup to send him back to jail. He explained that it's designed so Thug eventually slips up and won't even be able to defend himself in court before being locked up again.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. But yo, he's always gonna talk about him and he's doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me is like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about again. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody know Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.
But this is where everything takes a turn. The real reason Young Thug has been going so hard at dissing Ghana every day was finally revealed. A report surfaced where Wack 100 claimed he has 2 hours of footage showing Ghana snitching on Thug in an interrogation room. This made many believe the feds are preparing another. YSL seen that there might even be more evidence Ghana has already shared with police.
Hey Gunna, listen. I'm putting it together. I'm gonna give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time though, Gunna, for you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. You know that interrogation? Yeah. Guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in it. You was sitting there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know what I'm talking about.
Charleston White later confirmed the new snitching claim, saying that after reading the court files, he actually admired Ghana for telling to get out of the case.
Ghana is out of prison. I never thought I would be happy to say y'all, Ghana is out of prison. Now, I'm glad he got out by telling. I think that was smart, Ghana. I'm a Ghana fan now. I'm gonna tell.
Thousands of Young Thug fans started going after Charleston White, saying he was wrong and that Ghana really did snitch. Charleston fired back, saying he would have done the exact same thing if he was in Ghana's situation.
I wouldn't say what Ghana did was a snitch, because Ghana's not a... He made a confession.
With all of this going viral, fans started digging through Atlanta court files. They discovered a new file the feds are building against Young Thug to revoke his probation. Now, you tell Meadows this sound like enough to give him 20 years in prison? The paperwork shows that just 1 week after Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, was released, he tweeted, "Wham, let's drop one on these rats." The name Wham refers to rapper Lil Baby, who's been openly dissing Ghana for snitching in the YSL trial. Lil Baby even responded, "We should," the very next day. Thug tweeted, "Ghana, stop acting like we're friends on the internet, I don't know you." He was clearly trying to spark a back and forth that caught Ghana's attention, but only his brother replied, writing, "Trust and believe the feeling is mutual." Later that night, Thug linked up with T.I. and posted an Instagram story saying he's home and did it the right way out, a clear sneak diss at Ghana.
Hey man, what you gotta tell these people? Back. Back. You feel me? You did. Hey man, ain't no cap in it. No cap in my rap. You feel what I'm saying? The right way. It's time. The right way, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Right way. Yeah, that way. Yeah. And go tell that.
Thug made it clear that Ghana should know he got out of jail the right way. Even T.I. backed him up. But interestingly, police noted that around this time fans started spamming Young Thug, warning him to stop trolling and dissing Ghana because it could end badly for him legally. That was the first real warning, but Thug didn't stop, reports say. Academics got word that Thug was making several calls from jail telling other rappers to stay away from Ghana completely. No music, no business, just act like he doesn't exist.
Streets are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Ghana was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a if you believe me. That's what he sent to. Or he sent a message to Dirk, Baby. There's a few other rappers that just won't call their names, just because some of them just told me in privacy. All of them rappers start not fucking with Ghana, speaking out, they're chilling away. Thug got out, Ghana kinda hot. Ain't like you're trying to really like jump and work with Ghana.
But here's where things get strange. Did academics bring this up a whole year after Young Thug was released from jail? Police believe Thug actually wanted that information out in public, but since he legally couldn't say it himself, it spread through academics instead, with the story going viral. Ghana finally responded, but only through his lawyer. The statement read, "I was Ghana's attorney, but I am not speaking on his behalf. This post is only to set the record straight. Ghana did not cooperate. He did nothing and said nothing that affected Young Thug's case."
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in person.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein high and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
It became obvious that Ghana just wanted the snitch label off his name, but then came the moment that made the world stop. One tweet went viral that read, "Once you learn the effects of Ghana snitching in that YSL trial, you'll understand why Young Thug and Lil Baby will never be cool with him again." On that same day, the very police department that handled the YSL RICO trial negotiated Ghana's plea deal and arrested Young Thug. Released a statement. The head of Georgia's PD Counsel's team unit says his office is preparing to defend against a potential 4PF RICO. The official paperwork even name-dropped Lil Baby in court. It was written, "Investigator Viviro is on the stand. We are listening to wiretap calls." Someone mentioned that Lil Baby had tickets on some people's heads. In other words, Lil Baby allegedly put money up to have people handled similar to the murder-for-hire claims tied to Lil Durk. It's important to note investigator Viviro is the same woman that Young Thug dissed earlier in this story and the same one who handled Ghana's plea deal.
He just implicated YSL being so now home, right? All the people who's locked up, like Jeffrey, like Young Thug, now he can't go with that defense. He can't go with the defense of saying, I'm a record label.
It became obvious that Ghana just wanted the snitch label off his name, but then came the moment that made the world stop. One tweet went viral that read, "Once you learn the effects of Ghana snitching in that YSL trial, you'll understand why Young Thug and Lil Baby will never be cool with him again." On that same day, the very police department that handled the YSL RICO trial negotiated Ghana's plea deal and arrested. Young Thug released a statement. The head of Georgia's PD Counsel's team unit says his office is preparing to defend against a potential 4PF RICO. The official paperwork even name-dropped Lil Baby in court. It was written, "Investigator Viviro is on the stand. We are listening to wiretap calls." Someone mentioned that Lil Baby had tickets on some people's heads. In other words, Lil Baby allegedly put money up to have people handled similar to the murder-for-hire claims tied to Lil Durk. It's important to note investigator Viviro is the same woman that Young Thug dissed earlier in this story and the same one who handled Ghana's plea deal.
Like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unc, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders?
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Or
and who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
This even caught the attention of Snoop Dogg, who tweeted, "First Young Thug, now Lil. Baby being played by that Atlanta die y'all Atlanta rappers, be careful." Shortly after the news dropped a major update, Lil Baby had been taken into county jail for questioning about the killings of Vicati Davis, and Lamont Freeman police also questioned why he shut down 4PF right after the crime took place.
Atlanta police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of two teen-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward is being offered for more information. So far, 7 people have already been arrested.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for Lil Baby to come buy my tacos up.
As it was then announced, Lil Baby reveals that he ended his record label for BFF to avoid it being labeled as a street team while being investigated for a crime.
First 4 pockets full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course?
Because all shit that be going on. And I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't.
Right.
Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we're gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about.
As we would see DJ Academics reveal everything about Lil Baby's involvement in Atlanta crimes, as what it looks like is he's about to be tied into a 4PF RICO case just like Young Thug was.
I'm gonna tell you some things that you're gonna have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug, she got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were gonna get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay, we got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Durk, especially after Von died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Durk eventually. Doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county state watch.
Which resulted in a viral tweet reading, "The Atlanta Da was not successful getting Young Thug watch she will now get Lil Baby and use him as an example for the rest of these rappers supplying their teams with fame money and items for street crime. Leave a comment if you believe Young Thug broke his probation violation.